Last week, I spoke to a Gold Star mom who lost her son at Abbey Gate two years ago in Afghanistan, Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover. She's testified to Congress. In her view, the Biden administration lied to her about how her son died. Here is what she said when I asked her what would she want to say to President Biden if she could.
He needs to come out and say, yeah, I made a mistake. I chose wrong. I was looking for a photo op and I messed up. That's what he needs to do.
Do you think President Biden is willing to meet with any of these Gold Star families or talk publicly more about what happened at Abbey Gate two years ago?
He certainly has talked about Afghanistan and the decision to withdraw and the evacuation and how it was conducted. We have conducted after-action reports. We've shared information with Congress and the public to the degree that we can. The president and the First Lady continue to grieve with all the Gold Star families, especially those who were killed in that terrible day at Abbey Gate. There's not a day that goes by that he and the First Lady aren't thinking about them, mourning with them, and understanding the loss and the sacrifice and the anguish that they're still feeling. And you could hear it in that soundbite clearly there. And we understand that, and we're going to stay with them and support them for the rest of their lives, as we should, as they deserve to. But pulling out of Afghanistan was the right decision for our national security. We're not now bogged down in a war in Afghanistan. We have been able to free up resources and manpower to be prepared for other national security concerns, such as the ones we have in the Indo-Pacific and that we anticipate being able to talk about at Camp David. That war is over. It should have been ended, and the mission for which the troops were sent there had been accomplished.
She said, Staff Sergeant Taylor Hoover's mom said, that he reported to her that it was just chaos, the line of the chain of command was unclear, that they were sitting ducks, and we've heard other things since then. I think I understand that you'd rather talk, and the president would rather talk about the decision to end the war in Afghanistan. I think a lot of people are concerned about how it happened, the implementation of the withdrawal, and why it seems so chaotic, and why warnings about suicide bombers might not have been heeded, and the rest.
Look, I think Central Command, who was the overarching military command, did a pretty exhaustive investigation of this, Jake, and they determined that barring any decision that could have impacted mission success, there wasn't much that could have been done to prevent that attack from coming, as tragic as it was. And there was a lot of confusion outside the gate. But inside that gate, the rules of engagement were clear. The commanders were on the ground. At the moment of the explosion, there were quite a few commanders there in charge and leading. And of course, everybody responded bravely after the attack. So I understand, again, the pain, and we understand the anguish. Nobody can replace the loss that these families have suffered. But there was an exhaustive investigation. CENTCOM and the Army tried to learn from that. And we'll continue to carry those lessons with us forward.